Hello, good evening. Today we have Miss Holly, who is Director of Admissions of American University of Malta. Hi, Molly. Holly. About your visit, can you talk about your visit to India and Hyderabad and about your university?
Okay, well, I'm very excited to be here in India working together with Indo Global Studies to promote the American University of Malta. We are a new university just starting up in Malta, and we are based on the American style of education, and we are working to recruit international students from all over the world to come to Malta, to come in one community and to learn about the European Union, to learn about America, to learn about, and to learn from each other about working in global business. So we're excited to be here. We are recruiting with Indian students all over India, and I really want to thank you, Indo Global Studies, for having us here.
We have a Mark over here who is also from American University of Malta. So Mark gonna talk about when and where the university founded and about its university accredited.
Thank you very much. The American University in Malta was founded actually last year in 2017. It's a brand new startup university that is both American in its approach and style, but also recognized in the country of Malta. It's a Maltese university, which means it's part of the European Union, and it's recognized throughout the European Union as well. So this will be our first inaugural class this fall, 2018, and we hope to have 150 students in the class this September.
Miss Holly, how large the university is and what programs does the university offer?
Okay, since we're just starting out building this university, we hope to have 150 students this fall, but we expect to double in numbers every year moving forward until we get to be a larger university of about 12,000 students. We are building 3 campuses on Malta. The first campus where the students will be studying now is in the historic docks that were built by the Knights of St. John. So every day when you go to school, you're going to be surrounded by history, which is so beautiful for the students. It's just a lovely area on the marina. Malta's known for sunshine. You're going to have 300 days of sunshine a year where you can study outside in the beautiful weather and learn about Malta, learn about the U.S., and learn about the European Union. And we're inviting students to come for this first year. It's going to be a small class size. You're going to get a lot of individual attention, which is going to be really great for helping us build this university.
What does the university cost to attend, and as well, does the university provide housing?
The American University in Malta is very reasonably priced by especially American standards. Year of tuition for undergraduate students right now is $18,000 US, and it's very reasonable to live on the island of Malta. To live with us in the residence halls at the university is $1,000 a semester, or only $2,000 a year. And believe it or not, on top of that, we have a sensational scholarship program that has been granted to us by generous benefactors of the institution that have made scholarships available. And as a matter of fact, earlier today we had the opportunity of awarding one of those scholarships to a student that's going to be studying in our MBA program this fall, making the university even more reasonable. So there's many things to offer at the American University, and it's at a very competitive price point.
Miss Holly, can you elaborate about the courses offered at the university?
Okay, so at the American University of Malta, we have both undergraduate and graduate programs. So at the undergraduate level, we have Bachelor of Science degrees that are based on the American curriculum that are in business administration, finance, accounting. We have a great degree in game development, which is wonderful for students that are interested in the gaming industry. Malta is known for having a number of large gaming companies on the island where they have the headquarters for iGaming, which is really amazing opportunity for students who are interested in this field. We also have graphic design and animation, as well as computer and electrical engineering, which is great for students interested in the STEM fields. And for the graduate level, we have a wonderful MBA program. So Malta is a hidden gem of the European Union, which if you've ever been there or seen pictures, it's paradise. So our students are going to be studying in paradise. It's just a wonderful melting pot of cultures, and it's got so much history, 5,000 years of history on the island, and it's been through a number of different rulers who have created their own impact on the island. So it's a beautiful place to study, but it's also in the European Union. It's a growing economy in the European Union. They have a 0% unemployment rate, which is great for students looking for jobs after they graduate. We are really bringing in students with the hope that they're going to find jobs on the island after they graduate. And you will also be eligible after 5 years to work in the European Union. So we want to bring talent into the island to continue to work there. It's a very safe island, a very safe country. There's a low rate of crime there. So students feel very comfortable. They can speak English on the island. English is an official language of Malta in addition to Maltese. Since Malta was once a British colony. So it's very comfortable for students to live there. They everything's written in English. The people that they speak to speak English. So wherever you go, you feel very welcomed and comfortable on the island.
Can you talk about the faculty members and the lecturers over there?
I'd be happy to. I'm very excited to talk about our faculty at the American University in Malta because, like our students, they also come from all over the world. And we have faculty from the United States at some of the top universities in that country, also the UK, all parts of Europe, and even from Southeast Asia and Asia itself. So not only are our students from over 100 countries, but our faculty represent many countries as well. So the entire experience at the American University is completely global. It's truly a global institution. Malta is quite a small island located in the Mediterranean, just south of Italy and north of Africa. And one might be surprised that the total population is only 453,000 people. But it represents a little bit of the entire world in terms of population, with people coming from over 150 countries and calling Malta home. And in fact, there are over 5,000 Indians that have come to Malta either as second-generation Indians or even, in fact, first-generation Indians living in Malta and working in Malta.
So we work, the American University of Malta works very closely with the Central Immigration Office. It's called Identity Malta in Malta. And the government of Malta really is supporting us in our effort to recruit international students because they see the need for bringing in talent from abroad to work in Malta after they graduate. So that's one of the focuses of the current government is to bring in international students to support education. So they work very closely with us. They know we're going to be bringing in international students, so they're going to help us with the visa process for students. So if students have all of the correct documents in line, there should be no problem with getting the visa to come to Malta. The exciting part about getting a visa to Malta is that it also gives you a visa to the Schengen zone. So students can travel all around the European Union, the Schengen area, with their Maltese visa. So what I tell students is they're going to visit, during their studies, they're going to visit a minimum of 15 different countries around Europe. So there's some very affordable airlines that fly in and out of Malta. So for example, for 25 euros, you can go to London, you can go to Paris, Barcelona. So students will be able to experience all of Europe through studying at the American University of Malta. And we're going to be working very closely with the students that have been accepted to make sure they get their visas on time and to get there. So it's definitely something. And one more thing about the government of Malta is also investing a lot in bringing in some of the big companies to Malta. Okay, so they're offering large international companies a 5% tax rate for the next 8 years, which means there's going to be jobs available for our students that are graduating. So this is a great gateway to work in Europe, to work in Malta, and to live there and maybe become part of the international community in Malta.
Miss Holly, that was a very good information. My next question was can students work and study in Malta?
Yes, so students that come on a student visa, they are eligible to work up to 20 hours per week during their studies. And we have an Office of Career Services that is going to help place students in jobs on the island. We are working on helping students work in placements that are related to their field of interest. So for example, if they're studying business, we want to get students internships, paid internships in businesses on the island. We want students to be gaining work experience as they study, so that way it will be easy to transition into a full-time job after they graduate. So it's important from the beginning that students are creating their networks, their professional networks on the island and getting jobs. So, we are really pleased to be working with Indo Global Studies to be recruiting students to the American University of Malta. It's important that we have these trusted partners that Mark has helped connect us with here in India to make sure we're getting the most talented students, coming to Malta to study with us. So we really appreciate your cooperation. We are really happy to be working with Indo Global Studies because the most important thing for us is that we're getting very talented applicants from India. And that's why we rely on our partners to help us with processing the applications beforehand, with meeting the students in person, making sure that we're getting the most talented students coming that's the right fit for our institution, right? We want students to come and to be happy, and that's why we rely on our partners to make sure that they're matching us with the right students, and that they're helping them all with the application process, with the visa process. So it's kind of a one-stop shop here, on site, on the ground, helping our students.
Will the degree be recognized in India and around the world?
Yes, this is a great question about the degrees. So our degrees from the American University of Malta are Maltese bachelor's and master's degrees fully recognized in Malta and the European Union. So these are European degrees. And since they're based on the American curriculum, they are the equivalent of an American bachelor or master's degree. So students should have no problems finding jobs either in Europe, in Malta, back here in India, abroad in the US, and anywhere they go, they're getting a solid education that will take them on either to further studies or to professional opportunities around the world.
My final question to Mark, why would students study at American University of Malta? Why not go to USA?
The advantage of studying in the American system outside the United States is that you're going to be studying in Malta with students from all around the world. And not only the students, but also the faculty and the administration that work and teach there provide an opportunity that's really unique that frankly you can't get in the United States. At most institutions in the US, I'd have to say almost all of them, the international reputation tends to be very small. Even at very large institutions, famous institutions like Princeton, Harvard, these schools only have 8-9% international students. At the American University in Malta, we are committed to having representation from every country in the world. And more than 90% of the students that study at the American University in Malta will not be from Malta. They will not be Maltese, but they'll be citizens in the world. And you simply cannot get this in America or Australia, Canada, really any of the leading countries. Only in a place like Malta, in the American system, at the American University in Malta, can you get this diversity. So I would say without question, this is one of the most unique institutions in the world. This is why we have started it. And I encourage you to come and explore Malta. You'll love it. I bet you won't leave. I bet you'll live there forever.
That was really an informative talk from Ms. Holly and as well Mr. Mark with Director Indo Global Studies, Mr. Ashok Kallam. That's what signing off for this.